Hi, welcome to this week's Midweek Connection. My name is Todd Jordan. I serve as senior pastor here at Strawbridge United Methodist Church, and I am delighted that you have joined me. We are counting down the days toward the fourth Sunday of Advent, which focuses on love and also happens to be Christmas Eve. But it is not lost to me that while the holidays are certainly something we celebrate, always cause for joy, for holidays, for a lot of people, it can be complicated. I know some of you will go and have holidays with family and friends, and it will be picture perfect. Others will be met with chaos, craziness, maybe even some dysfunction. Again, holidays can be complicated, especially for those who may be grieving, dealing with loss, or something else going on in your life that is overtaking your thoughts and your hearts. Let me just assure you, you're not alone. A lot of people struggle during the holidays. Even Mary, for Mary, it was not without complication. So we read in Luke 1, verse 29, the angel had just informed Mary, or was greeting Mary rather, and simply said, "Greetings, favored one, the Lord is with you." And in verse 29 says that she was much perplexed by his words and pondered what sort of greeting this might be. Of course, we know he's going to tell her that she's going to have a baby and that it will be a Savior. And we know that while this is cause for great joy, raising the Son of God and being a part of his ministry with all the ups and downs would be complicated. Mary also, it says in Luke chapter 2, after the shepherds have visited her and she has given birth to Jesus, and they tell them everything that the angels said about Jesus, it says, "But Mary treasured all these words and pondered them in her heart." Again, it's cause for celebration and cause for joy, but there's also the reality that the life of the Son of God during his earthly ministry will not be easy. Will be no bed of roses. It's not going to be without pain. It's not going to be without suffering. It's not going to be without hardship. And you know, as his mother, Mary is going to feel every one of those as a mother does. And it's just a reminder that with all the celebration and all the joy that goes on this time of year, life goes on as well. Life is happening to us and all around us, and there is nothing wrong with us to make room for pondering and reflecting and being real about what's going on. But it doesn't need to get in the way of the celebration either. So, want to remind you that we do have a worship service this Thursday night on the 21st at 7 p.m. called The Longest Night, and it is an opportunity for those who may be struggling with some sort of loss or grieving this year, a way to come and worship and frame what we're going through in the context of worship and in the midst of what it means that Jesus has come to be with us. And that includes in our grief and our pain and our loss. And then hopefully that puts us in a better place to celebrate his birth, which we'll do this Sunday on the 24th. We'll actually have a worship service that morning at 10 o'clock, which will be the fourth Sunday of Advent worship. And then we'll have our Christmas Eve services that afternoon and evening at 3, 5, and 7. And the services at 3, 5, and 7 will be our typical Christmas Eve communion, candlelight worship services. And at the 3 o'clock service, by the way, we will have a sign language interpreter for that service. So if anyone's hearing impaired or you know someone who is, come to the 3 o'clock service. Also, at all 3 of our Christmas Eve services at 3, 5, and 7, we will be doing the pizza delivery thing. So if you're going to come, bring your pizza money. And if you can't make it, but you want to leave it at the church ahead of time, you certainly can do that. And just a lot to pray about and prepare for. So thank you. May God bless you. And I look forward to worshiping with you Thursday night at 7, and then Sunday at 10 a.m., and then for our Christmas Eve services at 3, 5, or 7. May God bless you and have a blessed week.